check out this hair. This is, what was that dude on the Cartoon Network? Johnny Bravo?
Everybody want to talk about my hair.
The ambulance just went right past me and nobody pulled over. Look, nobody even pulls over. That's crazy. Man, how times have changed. It's a rainy day here on the Gulf Coast. There's no fishing, there's none. It's just not a very good day to do much of anything today. Look, check out this rain, look. It is nasty, there's puddles everywhere. I got my flip-flops all wet. Now I gotta go sit in the office all day. There's even a worm crawling across the concrete right now. Even this dude's trying to stay dry. So me and this worm here, we've been thinking. Seems like my channel's been plagued by a lot of rumors lately. And I think it's very interesting how rumors start. And it kind of makes me think about like how we think about like competition and everything. This worm seems to agree with me. Coffee, it's the lifeblood of champions. For some reason, it seems like if you occupy the same battle space or the same genre or fishing or same city even, that's like YouTubers and mostly people in general, they think you gotta be competition. They think you gotta be at war. So the rumor mill says that me and Brant are at war, or there's competition, or we hate each other. So what I figured we'd do is we'd just go talk to him. I'm just gonna go ask him some questions. There he is. Working hard.
Hard at work, hardly working.
You know, this whole process might be partly my fault because throughout this entire vlog, it's been kind of spotty on like where characters come and go. But it's really just like a timeline of our lives, and you really don't think about it. That somebody might construe that as you're not friends anymore, or that you're just not talking, or there's some kind of animosity, and sometimes stories get twisted. So I feel like you can look at competition a couple different ways. You can look at it as somebody to strive for, or you can use them as a plan or a roadway to get yourself to that level. I've always looked at it, if I can collaborate with somebody, they're gonna help me grow faster, they're gonna grow faster, you can learn from each other and you can spread these ideas that'll help you grow. Because in building this YouTube channel, I had like creative roadblocks. I had ideas that just could not come to my head and I had to bounce them off somebody. And having somebody that was in the same genre, the same sport, the same everything, it allowed me to get better. I got better, they got better. So I use competition as a way to help myself get better and as a springboard to learn and grow and get better at what I do. So that's why I'm gonna bring Brant in here and we're gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna talk some shop. All right, so first, check out this hair. This is, what was that dude on the Cartoon Network? Johnny Bravo?
Everybody want to talk about my hair.
like in his version of this video, I was like 12 inches shorter. It's like a foot shorter because I blame it on the hair. It's the hair that makes it.
So I put up the same type of interview on my channel, Angler Up with Brant. If you guys hadn't checked it out. Sorry, I meant shameless plug.
Shameless plug. So Brant has what, like 31, 32,000 subs right now? And you know, we occupy the same office and we do a lot of collaborative videos together. And we've kind of helped grow each other's channel. And so I wanted to bring him in, one, to prove that we don't hate each other. We got in a fist fight out back, but we settled those problems. No, not really.
Samantha did cheat on Jack with me.
So I wanted to ask Brant, Brant has turned his YouTube channel into a really big business here in Pensacola. He's even got a billboard on the interstate. He's high class. One day, maybe I'll have a billboard too. Striving for those goals. So
WD-40.
WD-40 for mayor. My question to him was, you know, since we're talking about competition and how, you know, like competitors in the same, you know, it's kind of like our territorial nature. Have you ever feared competition either in business or here on YouTube?
No, see, I actually, I believe in living your purpose, and I believe that everybody has a certain platform that they need to get to. And I'm trying to get to the platform that I'm meant to be at. And so for me to reach that platform, I can't worry about what anybody else is doing. I have to excel forward, and I have to think about what I'm doing and worry about Brant Feature. Because if I'm worried about what everybody else, if I'm in competition with everybody else, that's going to bring me down. But if I'm worried about making myself a better person, which in turn is going to make my business better, then I'm going to propel forward ahead of my competition, and I'm not even going to have to worry about those guys. So I feel like people get too, especially in business in this area, everybody's in competition with each other, especially in the business that I'm at. And they really spend too much time worrying about, other people instead of worrying about what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm. I just figured out why he's so much taller than me. He's got his chair jacked up. Look, now I'm taller. I'm matching with his hair. Yeah, so that's kind of like what I was saying about, I use my competition as a roadmap, because if they're beating me, I'm going to use their roadmap to be successful. I'm not going to let it bother me. Like, I believe that here on YouTube or on social media in general, the bigger the content creators get, the more attention gets drawn to the platform, gets drawn to the genre, kind of like how kayak fishing was. It has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger because of people being drawn to the sport, to YouTube, people finding it, same way with fishing. Travel, like Navarre, Pensacola, those used to be places people really didn't know to vacation to, but because of social media, it has gone crazy, and that's part of like his template for business.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if I see somebody out there that's doing something better than me, man, I'm gonna be the first person to call that person up and invite them to lunch, because I want to know why they're doing that better than me, man. That's people get it wrong. People want to criticize people for doing something, for being better, or for doing something that they're not doing, instead of calling that person, hey man, how are you getting here? You're doing phenomenal things. And that's kind of where I'm at on that subject.
Yeah, and that's a true story. That's how me and Brant actually got hooked up. I mean, we kind of knew each other through the grapevine, but we saw each other being successful when our YouTube channels were starting to move a little bit, and we actually said, hey, you want to go get a cup of coffee and talk about YouTube? And it led to us getting an office, and it led to us doing collaborative videos together, and our channels growing, kind of at the same pace, and being able to cover more territory with our social media space than we could have by ourselves.
Absolutely, yep.
All right, Brant, so tell them if they're trying to build a business from social media, or trying to get from YouTube to the business world, like how should they be starting, and like how does one get to your point?
So I mean, number one, and you have to think of yourself as a business. So self-branding, it's 2018. It has never been easier to monetize whatever you are trying to do, whether it be your hobby or your business. But self-branding is super important. So basically what I did was I grew my social media platforms. I have 140,000 Instagram followers, 30,000 YouTube subscribers, 100,000 Facebook followers. I grew my personal brand, and from growing the personal brand, I'm able to attract customers, because those customers like me and what I do and what I'm into. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? If you try to build the business first, you don't have that customer base. They don't know you, they don't like you. But if you can build a personal brand, you can create any business that you want, because you've got that customer base right there in the palm of your hands.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was saying yesterday about the digital resume with professional fishermen and YouTubers. Having a digital resume, people follow you, it makes the conversion so much easier. Once you've built that platform like Brant has built and like I've built. Investing in yourself. That's what we've been doing for the last 3 years. Investing in ourselves and like promoting ourselves.
Treat yourself like a business.
Exactly.
If you don't treat yourself like a business, you're gonna get left behind by the people that are. There's so many people out there afraid to put themselves out there in front of a camera. That's the biggest mistake that you can make nowadays. You're not branding a business anymore. You are branding yourself, and if you're afraid to put yourself out there in front of a camera, man, it's just gonna hurt your business.
Yep. And you don't really have to have anything like we have right here, like a $1,000 camera setup. I started with my cell phone and an old GoPro that
I still film a lot of my videos with a cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, like there's no reason not to start. And then content, and before you know it, you've got 100,000 people looking at you, and then you wake up and kind of like, holy cow, there's 100,000 people out there that's gonna see this. Just putting it out there, and putting it out there, and putting it out there. That's all we can really say.
Consistent content, guys. Just put out consistent content, and good things are gonna happen to you.
So last week, me and Samantha got this idea that me and her wanted to make this ultimate like college football patio. So we were gonna put a hot tub and make a patio, and it was all on a Friday night.
So they had broken bags of mulch where like the corner was ripped for $1 a bag. That's like 90% off.
All right, so this might be the moment that the Toyota truck gets broken. She put 30 concrete pavers back there.
20 by 20 pavers.
20 by 20 pavers.
30, 20 by
We're
20.
1 mile from the house and this thing might break.
We can make it. And we have 5 bags of gravel, 1 bag of dirt, and a plant.
And a jasmine. So this is our Friday night. Samantha had to have it tonight. 15 apiece. Mine, hers. All right, midnight project staged. Samantha's been hard at work. Look at the dirt on her nose. Look what she did. It's coming along. Hot tub's gonna be here. I have a little fire pit, chairs. So after about 900 pounds in the back of my Tacoma and about 4 hours of working, me and Samantha made it turn out to look pretty good. But it's an ongoing project. I'm gonna continue to share it with you guys as the project gets bigger and bigger. It's gonna be awesome.